know this is really a weird seating area. Got a lot of people out there that want to come in, so everybody kind of scooch up. And we'll just hope that everybody had a shower this morning. And hopefully we'll get everybody in.
Marcus, Stephanie, you don't know how to do it more closer? Yeah.
But there's no video. Do it on the ceiling. Everybody have a seat. Be comfy. Well, you can. Oh my.
I was afraid this would happen.
Let's hope so. If we're not a fire hazard, we're not doing something right. What? You're right. You are so hot, you are a walking fire hazard. I'll be here all week.
Keep coming. Try the meal.
This is like a... Oh, by the way, you don't have to... I guess you know this already. You don't have to be 21 to be here. You guys, you would not believe how many emails I got from people going, I wanted to come to your panel, but I'm only 16. So, yeah. I was like, sorry, you can't come. Of course not. Let me tell you guys what happened. Are we good out there? Our door people, are we good with the people? Has everyone entered who wishes to? It's 11:29. I'm setting my alarm for 11:30.
I don't think so.
We'll start right on time. Just like efficient adults that leave.
Yeah, you can sit there.
Mr. iPhone, and he's 11:29.
She can sit there.
Waiting for the sound.
Want to sit down?
Is the battery? No.
Oh, and he turned it off. Thank you for that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, give me all the time with your music and then turn it off. Hold on. I'm not. Hi, guys. Where's the sound man? Where's the guy that's in charge of the sound?
Oh, really?
I'm caught. You guys, wait a minute. I'm going to tell you a story about this microphone, all right? When I was in college and I was majoring in film, we took one of the first classes I took was Audio 101, right? And do you know what? I remember like it was yesterday. There are several different kinds of microphones. This is your lesson for today, okay? There's a dynamic microphone, which is kind of like a real heavy-duty, utilitarian mic used for, just simple things. Then there's a cardioid microphone, and there's a ribbon microphone. And these are much higher end. Like if you were going to do a vocal in a recording studio, you would most likely use a cardioid or a ribbon mic. And they basically refer to the way the microphone transduces the sound into electricity and sends it down to the recording device. But I remember like it was yesterday, my audio teacher saying the dynamic microphone, you could pound nails with that microphone. They're heavy duty, they're made for, tough stuff, and he literally took a mic that looked just like this and went like this. It was like nothing. Nothing can happen to these microphones there, except for hair on the microphone. They are indestructible. So I may owe this guy $20 for a microphone right now, but But anyway, so it was funny when I threw it under the table. I was thinking of my college days. 600 years ago. You guys, I'm so glad you're here. I've missed you. Clearly this hair has missed me. I think Chewbacca had a Q&A before me. Yikes. I missed one very long whisker. Yeah. First of all, let me kind of make an apology for the discomfort, if anyone in the room. Well, I know I love you guys to death, but let me tell you what happened. Let me tell you guys what happened, so you'll know. I was asked to come this year like 6 months ago, so I was all planned to come and everything was cool. And then there was some kind of a mix-up in the planning in the organization. And they didn't realize that the people that were like making the schedules and putting people in different rooms and all of that didn't know I was coming. And so they made all of the schedule without me involved. and so when they suddenly realized that I was coming, like, you know, just 3 weeks or a month ago, they were looking for places to put my events. And they knew that we would have a great group of people coming out, so this was the only room they could find on Saturday that we could do it. So I apologize, you know, if it's not like the standard room, but I'm so glad you're here, and I love you. Here's to you. Yeah, they put vodka in these bottles. I've never tasted vodka. I don't know why I said that. Okay, let me, real quick, do a little housekeeping, real quick, like things that I want to make sure and tell you about. And then we'll spend as much time as possible chatting with you guys about anything you want to talk about. All right? Except what color underwear I'm wearing. That is off the table. All right? Off the table is blue. That's off the table. Okay. First of all, the first thing that I have to tell you about that I'm so crazy excited about is I just released a brand new live concert DVD. Oh, wait a minute. Don't answer yet, because I have to tell you about this concert. Has anyone ever attended a concert of mine? Like when I did one 2 years ago here? Do you remember that I showed a little film that I made? It was called Full Metal Fantasy. For those of you right now that are going, WTF? Imagine the voice actors from Full Metal cosplaying as their characters. That's what we're talking about here. And we did this little film called Full Metal Fantasy several years ago, like during the first Full Metal series. And we had so much fun. And I used to show it at conventions, but that was the only place you could see it. I didn't put it on the internet. It wasn't on any other DVDs. The only time or opportunity you could see it would be if I showed it at a convention. And I used to show it in my concerts as well. Well, last year, I videotaped a live concert performance at a big anime convention in Houston, Texas. And I'm telling you guys, it was beautiful. Like, they had, like, intelligent lighting and fog machines and cameras on jib arms that went, you know, over the audience, and shooting in HD. And I even got a band together to back me up so that it wouldn't just be like me standing on stage looking like a nerd. And we put together this concert, and it sounds great, it looks great, it's a wonderful concert, and I decided that after all these years, it was about time to make Full Metal Fantasy available to you. So, in addition to the concert, Full Metal Fantasy is on the DVD, looking beautiful, better than it would ever look, you know, on a screen, you know, 100 feet away at a convention. And there's something else on there too. Don't get scared. How many of you are old enough to remember a show called Star Search? This is like the precursor to American Idol. And it used to get, Houston remembers, right? It used to get a lot of people watching, like 10, 12 million people used to watch Star Search. Ed McMahon, it was a big talent thing. I was a male vocalist challenger on Star Search in 1993. Now let's get really scared. How many of you were not born yet in 1993?
I was born.
You were born yet, right? Okay.
I was born.
It's older than me. I wasn't born yet. So anyway, you guys, nobody has ever seen this video because I buried it. I mean, 1993, I got my mullet working. I'm wearing a purple suit, a purple double-breasted suit with a bolo tie. I was so not hot. But it's really quite nostalgic. I sang a song that I wrote, actually. I didn't expect that I would win, so here was my strategy. You're not going to win, so sing a song that you wrote, so that then every time they air the show, they have to pay you. So I sang a song. If any of you are familiar with my music, I sang a song that I wrote called Worth Waiting For. And I didn't win, as I expected. But I found out it was rigged. I found out, you know what, you guys? American Idol is probably the same way. TV shows, let me explain something. And you probably know this in your heart, but to actually think it through. The purpose of TV shows is to make money, right? The point is to make a profit. They're a business. So if there's somebody on a show that is generating viewers, they don't want that person to lose, right? They want them to keep winning because they're generating viewers. So in a lot of talent kind of shows, the producers often have a lot to say about who continues forward and who has to go home. Because they're crafting the drama. They're crafting the show to make it interesting to watch. They want you to tune in next week. So there's a strategy to it. So I found out even before, in fact, you want to hear something funny? When I came to do Star Search, it was my first trip to Los Angeles. My first time to LA, and I was rehearsing and everything, and I found out that like there were some interesting things going on, and certain people were probably going to win, and so I didn't expect to win. But this is the funniest part, and I have to tell you because I'm kind of embarrassed about it. At the end of the song, if you guys remember Star Search, at the end of the champion would sing a song, and then the challenger would come out and sing a song. And then we would both stand side by side like this, and the camera would have both of us on screen watching the judges' numbers, right? So that you could see the excitement of one winner and the agony of defeat of the other. So we're standing there, and I'm standing there by this guy who was the reigning champion. His name was Roscoe. That's it, Roscoe. It's like Prince or Madonna. I mean, just Roscoe. And he sang this Michael Bolton song. Not well. I must admit, but I was standing there, and he was standing beside me, and we're looking right at the camera, like we rehearsed, and they say, the champion receives 3 3/4 stars out of 4. 3 3/4 stars. Now, I had heard him sing. He did not sing 3 3/4 stars for him. He's okay, but not 3 3/4 out of 4. So, at that moment, on live television, nationally broadcast to 12 million people, you see me go like this. As if to say, I knew it. I knew it. They want him to keep going. Anyway, it was so fun, but it was a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. And that is on the DVD as well. A lot of you guys wrote me about my music CDs. I have those. I would love for you to have them. And my DVD, I'm going to be signing today. I got them to let me start early because I want to be able to get to as many of you as possible. So I'm going to start at 3:30. Okay? I'm going to start at 3:30 instead of 4. And I'll have the DVDs and the CDs, and I would be most honored for you to have them, and I'd love to sign them for you. Okay? Tomorrow, can I tell you something else? Tomorrow, I got them to let me start early again because they keep having to turn people away, and I hate that. So tomorrow I'm scheduled from 1 to 3. I got them to let me start at 11. I'll be down at my table from 11 to 3. 4 hours, yes. I thank you. I love you guys. I don't know why that would be, it shouldn't be difficult, right? It shouldn't be hard to understand. I mean, I come here to meet you guys. When we record anime, we're in a box. Alone. I'm standing there in a padded room, singing all by myself. All by myself anymore. And so I love coming to meet you guys. So I want to get as many opportunities to do that as possible. So I asked them to extend those for me. And we couldn't extend them later because they bumped right up against the end of the closing of the exhibition hall. So I got them to extend them backwards a little bit. All right? So I will look forward to seeing as many of you guys as are willing to come down and say hi. And just be prepared to be hugged. All right? That's what I do. Oh, you're getting it. So that's what I do. Even the guys. Not afraid. Or maybe a little bit. It's in the exhibition hall, okay? When you go into the exhibition hall where all the goodies are, it's to the right. All the tables where the signings are against the right edge. And I'll be down there today at 3:30 until 6, and then tomorrow from 11 to 3. And would love to see as many of you as possible. And you know what? Tell other people too. Will you do that? Because I think... No chance. Because I think some of these things are not notated well. Just heard something go. They're not. So I've been getting a lot of messages from people that like, we can't find this. We don't know when this is happening or where this is happening. And I apologize for that. But please pass the word. You guys are a much better communication system than the schedule. So let everybody know. So you go up to somebody. Here's the way it's going to go. You go up to somebody and you go, hey, guess what? Vic Mignogna's signing from 11 to 3 tomorrow. You should go. And he'll go, I hate Vic Mignogna. Forget it. He's a jerk. Oh, it's possible. It could happen. I love your Starfleet. I love this. It's like half Starfleet, half biker. Stand up. Let these guys see it. It's like a next-gen uniform, but it's leather. Is it really? Live long and party. Oh, you look awesome, dude. Really? Well, whoever trolled you is going to have a hard time because I've seen 100 Star Trek costumes here. She's horribly in the minority there. She's very much in the minority. Oh my gosh, I am a Trekkie from this side. Also, before we take questions, let me tell you, that's one more, thank you, one more bit of housekeeping I want to tell you about. How many of you have yet seen Star Trek Continues? Wait a minute, the rest of you haven't seen it? I can see him through the curtain go. He was coming at me. No, you know what, dude? Hey, bro, honestly, I had some Vaseline on my hand and slipped try it out. Don't ask why I had that. I can't get it out of the cookie jar. Anyway, what are you making that noise for? I'm talking about cookie jars. What are you talking about? Parents, I'd like to apologize. You were here. I was talking about cookie jars. Okay, listen. Will you guys do me a favor? Go to StarTrekContinues.com. Easy enough. And click on episodes, and you'll see there's a link to our very first episode. You guys, we completely rebuilt the original sets, all the original sets from the original series of Star Trek. I'm talking Captain Kirk! Mr. Spock? Spock McCoy? Scotty? Sulu, oh my. You know who's playing Sulu in our series? Grant Imahara from Mythbusters. Anybody here can tell me who played Scotty in the original series of Star Trek? James Doohan. His name was James Doohan, the original Scotty, James Doohan. His son Chris is playing Scotty in our series. I know, right? He looks just like him, and he's a great guy. And we put together an amazing cast of people, and I'm fulfilling my childhood dream of playing Captain Kirk. So I want you guys, hey you guys, we premiered this thing in Phoenix Comic-Con about a month ago, and 4,000 people were there. And then it went online, and it's only been online for a little over a month now, and it's got over 250,000 views. So I want you guys, my anime brothers and sisters, to go and check it out. Go check it out and tell people in your circle of influence, your family, your friends, your dad. I bet he likes Star Trek. You know, your uncle, your crazy uncle. I bet he likes Star Trek. And let people know, okay? I think you'll really enjoy it. It looks and feels and sounds exactly like the original series of Star Trek. And here's the last thing I'm going to tell you about it, and then we'll get on to other stuff. There was an original series episode 45 years ago called Who Mourns for Adonais? And it was an episode where the Enterprise was captured by the Greek god Apollo. And it turns out that Apollo was an alien race, and he tried to get the Enterprise the crew to worship him the way that the Greeks did thousands of years earlier. Well, of course they wouldn't do it. You know, Captain Kirk is like, no way. No chance. And so he disappeared, but nobody knows where he went. Where'd he go? What happened to him? Our premiere episode is called Pilgrim of Eternity. It is a sequel to that episode, and we have the same actor who played Apollo 45 years ago is reprising his role as Apollo. So I want you guys to rush home and check it out. If each of you watch it 5 times, we'll be good. And spread the good word, okay? Because we're having a great time. We're going to be making another episode in the fall. So keep your eyes open for it and spread the news. All right, let's talk about whatever. Have I missed anything? If you're not a member of the Risible Rangers, like they are, he is. I love this man right here. You're a member of the Risible Rangers? Consider yourselves personally invited to join. We have over 21,000 members worldwide. And it's free. It's free and it's fun. And you meet all kinds of great people who love all the things that you love. This text message says, you're beautiful. Also, I'm on Twitter, so please feel free to follow me on Twitter if you can figure out how to spell my last name. Okay, who has a question? Yes, sir. Is that a shark shirt? Dang, I love sharks. That's awesome. Oh, yeah. What's your question, brother? Yeah. Okay, let's start with the question. Bring your question. Yes, I've seen Star Trek Into Darkness. Next question. You want to know what I thought of it? I assume that's the question, right? Go ahead. Well, I just want to get to as many people as possible, so. I thought that's what I was doing. You were, except you weren't funny. You know what? Let me say this about the new Star Trek movie. It's very exciting. It's a good action movie. It wasn't Star Trek. It was a good movie. And if you guys watch the original series of Star Trek, you'll know what I'm talking about. I'm a purist, you guys. I'm a purist, okay? I love the original series, and you know what I love about it? It had nothing to do with sci-fi, really. It was about human drama and character relationships. It just happened to be set in space. And the new movies are much more about the technology and the explosions and the ships and the sci-fi of it, which is cool. And you know what? I appreciate that JJ is making Star Trek for a new generation. Because what I'm hoping will happen is people will watch Star Trek Into Darkness and then they'll go, I wonder what the original series was like. Star Trek continues. What's this? That's my plan.
Okay, so if Edward Elric bought Godzilla, who do you think
That is like the most... Did you hear the question? That's the most obvious answer ever. Godzilla is a fictitious character. Edward Elric's a real guy. Yes. You didn't expect it, did you? Like, you're never going to see me way back here in my hot, white, cool outfit. I'd like an ice cream cone. Can you set that up? What's your question?
can you do an Ed rant?
I could. I don't want you to see me. I want you to see the pipsqueak. Ready? Hold on a minute. Hold on. You guys ready? Here we go. One. She's perfect. Oh, anybody holding up a Caldeo plushie gets to ask a question. Yeah, baby. Yesterday somebody gave me a plushie, a homemade plushie, and it was Caldeo, only he was dressed like Full Metal.
Thank you for, first I want to say thank you for voicing two of the most awesome characters I've ever seen, Edward and Caldeo.
Oh, thank you, sir. I'm glad you enjoyed them. I love them.
My question is, well, sometimes I like to cast,
yes, I will play Hercules for you.
If I was catching like an anime version of a musical like Starlight Express, I see you would run me.
Well, I would love that. I love me some musicals, brother. You have a question?
Well, have you ever had any thoughts about that?
Oh, yeah. You mean musicals? I've had a lot of thoughts about musicals. I all through college and even after college, I did a lot of musical theater. Classic musical theater, like the classics, like Fiddler on the Roof. I played Model the Tailor. He was the cute guy who went, Wonder of Wonders, Miracle of Miracles. Anyone ever see Camelot? I got to play King Arthur in Camelot. And let's see. Anyone ever see Oliver? I played Bill Sykes in Oliver. Anyone ever see You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown? I played Snoopy. Oh, I love me some Snoopy. I love Snoopy. How far did I get in Star Search?
Did you make it to the finals?
Oh, no. I went down in flames. Can I tell you what happened? You guys, it's really funny because it's embarrassing, and yet it's been so long that I don't care anymore. I was standing. I'm gonna help you visualize what happened. Let's say this is the stage, right, where the cameras are shooting. Ed McMahon is over there on the edge of the stage behind the podium. And I was on this side of the stage. I was out in the wings, waiting to go on. There's a mark out there that I'm supposed to hit. And I'm standing backstage getting ready, right? And I'm hearing Roscoe. Love is a wonderful thing. And I was like, oh my God, he sounds horrible. He was so flat. He was so pitchy. And I never expected to win, you guys. Remember I told you, I didn't expect to win. I'm much more of a music, like composer, producer, arranger, singer, as opposed to like a full-on soloist, vocalist kind of thing. So I didn't expect to win. I just wanted to do my best. And I said to God, you know what, Lord? Just let me do my best. Just let me walk off the other side of the stage feeling like I did my best. If I did my best, then I have, you know what I mean? I have no regrets. If I do my best and I know it was all I could do, I'm cool with that. So I'm standing on the edge of the stage, and I'm hearing Roscoe, and I'm thinking, I could actually win this. He sounds horrible. It's totally possible I could win this. And right when he finished and he walked off, and Ed McMahon said, our male vocalist challenger is from Houston, Texas, blah, 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 and all of a sudden, something happened to me that had never happened in 20 years of performing. My stomach went. And I had enough presence of mind to go, what the hell? What are you doing? Because in my mind I was like, I'm not nervous. I've sung in front of people my whole life. Not now, you gotta be kidding me. I wasn't nervous. In my mind, I wasn't nervous. But my body wasn't listening. And I got all tensed up, and anybody who sings knows this is where your support comes from. This is where your strength comes from. So I walked out there, and I got on my mark, and my stomach was all tightened up, and I tried. I did my best, and I wasn't very pleased with it. But then we go down and we stand, right, for our judging, like I told you about. And I know I did a bad job. I didn't expect to win. But Roscoe did not sing 3 3/4 stars worth. You know what I'm saying? So when I heard his score, I was like, what a painful memory. But anyway, it was a long time ago. But it was really funny because I was really surprised that even then I got a little stage fright there. Maka. God loves you. A gift? Oh yeah, send the tall guy. Oh my gosh, you're adorable. Come here. I'm taking you home. What is this? Oh, you guys, chibbies of, let's see, Soldier A, Spirit, Ed, and Tamaki. About this? Because in the first episode of Oron, the way that the girl responded to Tamaki was like my favorite line. I loved the way she responded. You ready?
I don't know if I should drink this coffee. My father might get mad at me.
What if I let you drink it from my mouth?
Then I would drink it.
When I heard the girl's performance, I started cracking up, and I'm like, play it again. Play it.
And then I would drink it.
Play it again. And they're like, Caitlin was like, we got to keep going. Okay, one more time. Yes. I can steal your voice and make $1 million. Windry.
I have a question and a gift.
Okay. I feel so bad when you guys give me gifts. You don't have to give me gifts. I love you.
Okay, so this was on a radio chat a couple of weeks ago, and we were talking about the song Friday by Rebecca Black. And I said that song would sound horrible no matter who sang it, and they asked if you sang it, would it still sound?
There's only one problem. I have no idea what that song is. Does anybody have it? Does anybody have it on their iPhone? Does anybody have it on their iPhone? What? Yeah, but I need to... Does anybody have it on their iPhone? On their phone? Do you? How does it go?
Friday, Friday, getting it down on Friday.
You know what it sounds like? Baby, baby. Did Justin Bieber sing Friday?
Rebecca Black.
I don't know it. Okay, now I'm going to have to check it out. What I meant was I will never check it out. Oh my gosh. It's a box with stuff in it. Did you write me about colors? Somebody wrote me and said, what are your 3 favorite colors? And I wrote them back and I said, blue, purple, and black.
Each of the charms represents like a different character. So there's a rose for Tamaki.
And there's a shrimp.
Spirit. And then this is a feather start. And then this is a milk bottle for Ed.
You know, this milk bottle has double meaning because not only does Ed not like milk, but Ed is the same size as milk. Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, hold on. We're going to try to spread it out here. Yes. It is a pleasure to meet you, sweetheart. What's your name? Really? What's your name? Oh my gosh, what a beautiful name. I should sing a song to you set to the tune of Friday, Friday. Oh, do it. They're not going to get it in time. Are you recording? Anastasia, Anastasia. It's great to meet you, Anastasia. guys not know about Real Fans of Genius? Who did he say? Yeah, you know what? Steve and I are very, very dear friends. In fact, when I used to live in Houston and would come out here to record occasionally, I would stay at Steve's house. And we had so much wonderful time together. I love him like a brother. I love Steve to death. And he's such an amazingly talented guy. And, yeah, we sat in the shallow end of his pool like this with cigars. Talked about life. And then, of course, if you guys have not seen any or heard any of the Real Fans of Genius, you remember the Real Men of Genius, the Budweiser commercial? Real Men of Genius, right? Today we salute you, Mr. What? Yeah, push-up crawl inventor, right? Exactly. And So Steve and I decided to do a whole bunch of those about people that you would likely meet at an anime convention called Real Fans of Genius. Like Miss Bewildered Con Mom and Yaoi Obsessed Fangirl. Always Sleeper Guy. Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, Steve, I love Steve to death. Yes, we are. Yeah. Hi.
Who was your favorite boyfriend to work with?
Well, you know, that's kind of a tricky question, you guys, because many of you may or may not know we don't actually work together. Did you know that? We don't record at the same time. So conceivably, we could do an entire show with people that we've never met. I'm serious. It's really kind of funny, but I'll tell you, I told the group last week at a convention in Virginia. No, Louisiana, sorry. I told them the same thing. I said, you know, there's a woman that voiced a character in Full Metal Alchemist that to this day I've never met. And you know who it was? My mom. Trisha Elric, I've never met the actress who voiced the character. Just never met her. But you see, when we get to meet each other is when we go to conventions together, or if we're lucky and like we're going into the studio while somebody's coming out, then we get to meet each other. But like when I had recorded 10 or 15 episodes of Full Metal before I met Aaron Dismuke. And I felt such a connection to him, you know what I mean? I'm like, he's my brother, you know? So I go to A-Con in Dallas. It's a funny story. I go to A-Con, and one of the guest relations people says to me, you know, Aaron's here this weekend with his mom. And I'm like, you're kidding. Where? I want to meet him. I can't wait, right? So we're walking along, and suddenly there's Beth Dismuke and Aaron, who at the time, you guys, is 12. Anyone 12 here? 11, 12? Well, stand up for me. This is Aaron Dismuke, right? So imagine this cute little kid walking along with his mom, and his mom is pushing a stroller with his baby brother in it. And this grown man goes, and goes running at him and grabs him. I mean, he was probably like paralyzed. He was probably paralyzed. Stranger danger! Mommy's a pervert turning me. But it was the first time I got to meet him. How many of you ever saw the commentary? Heard the commentary, I should say, of Dean Angel with me and Kevin Korn, right? Well, if you did, you would know I never met Kevin Korn before we got together to record the commentary. So instead of talking about the show, which is what we were supposed to be doing, we spent half the commentary like talking to each other about, so dude, tell me about you. Like, what's, you know, because I was so jazzed to finally meet the kid. I knew his voice so well from hearing it in my head for so long. So it's really neat to get to meet people in person that you've worked with. But we don't get to actually record at the same time. So that's kind of sad. Because you feel like you know them. You know, you feel like you know them. And so it's kind of tricky. You're welcome. Yes, sweetheart? Hi! Finally! Yeah, waiting! Sorry. It's a musical day. Next week.
I heard it well. I thought your name was Thick.
You thought it was what?
Thick.
Thick? Like F like Frank?
No, Thick.
Oh, Fig. I like that. Good. Fig. If I ever get to make up the name of a character, I'm going to tell them I want it to be Fig. And what is your name? Your name is Tori? I'm going to call you Fory. So that we'll have like Fig and Fory. We'll have that thing. All right? Wait 1 second. Yes? Go ahead, Tori.
What do you think Comedy Duo will be doing at this moment?
I think Tamaki Duo, if I know Tamaki, and I do, Tamaki would be putting the major host club moves on that red-haired girl right Tamaki would be all in her ear going, so, what brings you to Anime Expo? Yes, sir. Oh, yes, you are. I recognize you. I recognize you. 3, 2, 1. Go.
Are there any roles you've ever ended up turning down that you later regretted? Second, is there any possibility we may see you branching out into roles that beyond just anime, like maybe in live action or at least in video game roles?
Thank you. Those are both really great questions. Let me answer both of those real quick, okay? First of all, there are no roles that I've ever turned down that I was sorry I turned down. And you know why? Because I turned them down for a good reason. And the reason was still good. You know what I mean? And the only time I've only ever turned down roles, you guys. That's not typically, if you want to work, you don't turn down roles. I mean, you take what you can get. But the only time I've ever turned down a role is when I felt like I really could not do it in good conscience. If I felt like it was just too out there, too out there with maybe being too celebratory of evil or perversion or bad things that I don't want to encourage. Now, having said that, I've played characters before they're bad guys, and that's okay because I'm not a bad guy. That's why it's called acting. You're playing a character. But at the same time, there have been a couple of roles where I'm like, you know what? I just really don't think God would be happy with me. And so I decide not to do it. And you know what? The best always comes from it. Because I feel like if you make the right choice in your life, in anything you do, you guys, if you make the right choice for the right reasons, you'll be blessed because of it. Good things will come of it. And you'll feel good knowing that you made a good decision. I want to encourage you guys, in any endeavor, when you get faced with a decision, when you make the right decision, you'll feel better about yourself, you'll feel stronger, you'll feel more confident, and something inside you will go, good job, that was the right call, and it'll empower you. So there have been very few that I've turned down, but when I did, it was for that reason. Second question, what was it? Remind me. Right, live action. Guys, I would love to do more live action. The problem is it's hard to get into. It really is. I have done some web stuff. You guys know Fallout? You know the video game Fallout? I played a couple of characters for a web series called Nuka Break. I also, the Star Trek Continues thing, of course. I played a small role in a film that they're actually screening a bit of this weekend called Broken Spirits. There are several that are slipping my mind, but I'm going to be working on several live action things. Now, as far as like big time, like super big time, that's not likely. Because you know what I mean? I'm nobody that's going to get any kind of attention from any big studios. You know what I mean? But wait a minute. Hold on. But let me tell you, hey guys, let me tell you something. Hold on, listen. This is very important that you hear me say this. I'm fine with that. I love what I do. I'm so profoundly grateful for what I get to do. Instead of constantly looking on the other side of the fence, and if I could just get that, I'd be happy. And if I could just accomplish that, I'd be content. There's no happiness in that, you guys. That's a never-ending struggle. But to be content and happy and grateful and blessed for what you do have, that's the key to really being happy. And I am so profoundly grateful for my life and the opportunities. I told some guys in an interview yesterday, if I died tomorrow, if I was in some accident tomorrow, I have been more blessed than I ever deserved. I have gotten to do more wonderful things and be a part of more things and meet more great people than I ever deserved. And I realize that. Now, if I were 25 and I had gotten to do all the things that I've done so far and was here in a room with all of you people, I would probably be a big jerk. Because my perspective is different at my age now. And I'm so much more profoundly grateful for the things I've gotten to do. And I thank you guys for allowing me to do it. We have about 10... Did you see that? I looked at my clock and it said 12:20 and I went, we have about 10 minutes. And she's walking across the room with a sign that says 10 minutes. Yes. You didn't think I was going to get you, did you? Hi. What's your question?
I want to ask you.
I was wondering, I just looked at your record.
Uh-huh. Well, then I love you. Yeah? Yeah. Great question. She asked about directing. I also directed the Star Trek episode that I was telling you guys to check out. I kind of wrote the story, and then I directed the episode, and I also kind of played Captain Kirk. But you know what? I don't really like directing and acting at the same time. I feel too fragmented, you know what I mean? I feel like I'm not giving my best acting, and I'm not giving my best directing, because I'm kind of splitting both roles. So the next episode, I've got a friend of mine that's going to direct, so I can just kind of concentrate more on the acting. But I do love directing. I just don't love doing too many things at once, because then you don't feel like any of them gets your best, you know? And the second question was, we shot our episode over 8 days in January, and by February, I had the episode edited. It was done. And then we kind of waited for effect shots to come in. And they take longer. Effects usually take the longest amount of time. But we had it turned around in just a matter of months. But we shot it in 8 days. Let's have a question from our bloody friend.
Okay, so this one, you know who she is. Out on Tuscany.
Yes? What is your question, my darling?
Can we both do it? One, we have two requests. One, can we both give you a hug? And two, can we give you this picture?
Well, that's going to happen. That's it. But you make your way up here so I can squeeze you both. Until your guts come out. No, not really. But really. Okay, yes, in the black shirt. Right here, black t-shirt. Ah! give you $1. Yes, you, sweetheart. What's your question? Okay. Who the favorite character I voiced was? Favorite character? I never used to answer this question. I was like, you know what? If this lovely girl, if she asked me, who's your favorite character? And her favorite character is Tamaki, and I say dark, she goes, stupid thick. I wanted it to be Tamaki, right? I mean, when people ask you that question, they have a character in mind that they like, and they're hoping you agree with them. So for the longest time, I didn't want to answer that question. I'm like, oh, well, I love all of them equally. They're my children. Blah, blah, blah. Until one very significant thing happened in my life. When we finished Brotherhood. When I realized that I was about to record the last line of Brotherhood, I was like, oh my gosh, this could be it. This could really be the last time I ever get to play Ed. And I was really overwhelmed by it, and I didn't want to do the line. I was like, as long as I hold off, they can't finish this show. But finally I did it, and it was that whole last little thing, right? Where Ed says, there's no such thing as equivalent exchange. You know, that whole thing? And so I set my phone on the windowsill and recorded myself doing the last line. Just so I could have it. And it's on YouTube, actually. I put it on YouTube if you want to check it out. But after that point, I had to acknowledge that Ed's the favorite character I've ever played. Hold on. But Tamaki is a very close second place. Hey guys, real quick, we have 5 minutes, you know, right? There's the answer in 5 minutes. Absolutely, come on through. You guys, hey, by the way, listen, come to the autograph session because I can hug you, and we can shake hands and take pictures. Thank you. What's your name? Okay, yes. Reese can have a conversation with anybody. All Reese wants to talk about is cats and the Olympics. And people running around naked in the Olympics. I think everyone would get really upset. They would get really frustrated. Hold on a second. Hold on. I'm gonna throw one to the bleachers because they're not expecting it. All the way in the back in the green shirt. Do you remember? Okay, somebody else back there. Yes. Oh, you remember? Go ahead. Outdoor voice. Let her rip. Translation, please. Wait, one second. Hold on a second. Go. What kind of what? What kind of candy? Pick up line. else line would I use for a candy theme? Sugar Rush. Man, I am so lost right now. Wow. Okay, here's my pickup line. You ready? Tamaki, right?
Yes.
Hey. What do you say I give you a bite of my Milky Way dark? I don't even know what that means! Hold on. Last question. You got a question? Oh, let's have a question. Yes. Happy to do that. Anyone who's got a really good question? Who would win in a battle? Why does everybody want characters to fight? If I had a nickel for everybody that said, who would win in a battle? And then fill in the blanks. All the time. I don't think they would fight. I think Ed would be friends with the kid. Okay. I would love to end on a really good question. Go ahead, my Star Trek brother. Yes. Last question. You have a question, big man? His question was, can you get me down from here? Do you have a question? Does he have a question? Oh, come here, big guy. Come on up here. Oh, my gosh. Come up here, big man. Come here. Bible hero? What's your favorite?
Jonah.
Jonah's cool! Jonah's super cool. Okay, my favorite hero is... Come here, I'm going to tell you your ear. My favorite hero is Samson. You know why? Because Samson's kind of like Chloe. What's your name? Grant? Come here. Have you ever seen all these people looking at you? Look, they like you. Hey, look, Grant. Are you going to come down to Autographs and see me later? So we can get a picture together? Good. It's a deal. Shake on it. Yes!